How's it going, everybody? My name is Austin and welcome to the Power Stoke YouTube channel. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below to join the Power Stoke Nation. It's free and you get to see some cool trucks, and we work on the purple Power Stroke, which I'm sitting in right now. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be doing something that I have never done to any one of my vehicles before. We're going to be installing a dash cam in the truck. This video has been brewing in my head since last October when I was in that accident. I'll put a link in the description below or in one of the little information things to get you guys to go see that if you are interested to find out what happened. It was nothing serious. It was mainly just the wheel broke, but nonetheless, it was something really silly and stupid, and I wish I would have had a dash cam because it would have made it a lot easier to get through the whole insurance claim, which is still being dealt with. So today we're going to be installing the Pioneer ND-DVR100. This is a rechargeable dash cam, but I'm going to be showing you guys how to hardwire one into your vehicle. It doesn't seem to be that hard, but again, I've never done this before, so this is going to be all new for me as well. All right, you guys, so with it being a rechargeable dash camera, you have a few options. With it being rechargeable, obviously it has a battery inside that is rechargeable, and you don't have to have it plugged in all the time. Now, you're going to have to remember to charge it, which means you're going to need this car charger, and to remember to plug it in every single night before you go to bed. Now, with me forgetting to plug in my truck sometimes when it gets really cold, I highly doubt I'm going to ever remember to charge my camera. I'm going to need it just about every single day. Now that leads me to this. I'm going to be using a hardwiring kit to get the camera to be hardwired to the truck, so every time I turn the truck on, the camera's on, and every time I turn it off, the camera is off. Now I imagine there's a lot of kits out there for hardwiring. I'm not sure about this one, so I'm going to make sure it works really well, and if it does, I'll put it down in the description below. If not, I'm going to find another one that I've done some research on and I know is good, and I'll put it down there for you guys. So this one looks like this. So here is your camera plug-in here. This is obviously what plugs into your dash cam, and then you have a ground and a power wire here. Now, this power wire is going to plug into something pretty interesting that I bet some of you have never seen before. So if you're going to be going this route, you guys are going to want to use something like this. Now this is an antifuse, and basically, I think that's what it's called. Don't quote me on that. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to take this. There's a couple different options depending on the vehicle you use. So basically what this is going to do is this is going to replace what's in your fuse block already. You're going to plug it in, and then it gives you two options to add two more fuses to it. It's really simple, really easy to use. It's a simple plug and play. Then you take your plug here, and you're going to plug it in. Easy as that. So there are two locations for fuses on this truck. I'm going to be showing you guys the one that is on the inside of the cab because that makes the most sense for an electronic going inside the cab to be plugged in the cab. If you guys have never removed this panel before, it is super easy. It is 4 flathead screws in each of the corners. I just use my fingernail. You don't necessarily need a screwdriver. All right, guys, now that we have the gray panel off, we're going to go ahead and pull off this dust cover for our fuses, which simply just pops off. And then after that, we have access to all of our fuses. What I want is a fuse that is triggered by the ignition. So I'm going to go ahead and use the radio fuse here. Obviously, when your key is off in the vehicle, your radio is typically not on, which is a good location to put something like this so that way it's not draining your battery constantly. So we're going to go ahead and pull this little guy out here, just this little guy here. And to make it easier on me, I'm going to go ahead and plug in our fuse to the bottom of this here, like so, and plug it right in to our radio fuse slot. Alright guys, so here's the fun part. We're going to be pulling off all these plastic trim pieces to run the wire, so that way we can get a nice clean hidden wire. You don't see it while you're driving down the road. I don't like wires hanging out. And then we're going to place our camera last, so that way I can get my wires situated to where I want them and not worry about bumping the camera off or anything like that. I can just plug the camera in, stick it on the windshield, and be done with it. Talk about a pain in the butt, you guys. So I pulled this panel off here, tucked the wires down underneath. As you can see, they come down underneath the dash now. And then I had to force the wire up through here behind my gauge cluster, which is already really narrow because it's full of wires. But as you can see, we now have it all the way up to the top of the windshield. So now we got to feed it up behind the headliner here, over next to the mirror. All right, you guys, you cannot see the wire anywhere. It is totally tucked up into the headliner, down the side here on the plastic, all the way down to my feet. And here's the transformer for it, and then our ground and power. So that's gonna be super easy to hook up. But now that we have the wire in our location that we want, we're gonna go ahead, wipe this down, get it nice and clean, because I have not cleaned the inside of this truck in a long time. That's gonna be a video coming up very soon. Once we're done cleaning that spot on the windshield, we're gonna go ahead and mount this dash camera here, get it plugged in, and see how it does. Alright you guys, now that the windshield is cleaned in one spot, I didn't realize how nasty it was, and the film that a windshield develops over time. I'm honestly pretty disgusted with the truck, so we're looking out for a full detailing video here coming soon. But anyways, that's off topic. We're gonna go ahead and keep continuing with the install here. We're gonna take this little micro memory card here, we're gonna slip it into the side. I have a 32 gig, it came with an 8 gig. I'm not really gonna be taking it out and deleting the film very often, so I wanted to get a little bit more memory out of it to make sure it would last even longer. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pull off the stickiness here, well, the plastic over the stickiness, and we're gonna go ahead and stick it up on the windshield. All right, you guys, we have the dash cam mounted. As you can see, it has a fully adjustable camera here depending on the angle of your windshield. I have mine set just about right. It looks like it's kind of pointing straight out a little bit down towards the hood so you can see what's directly in front of me. We have the wire nice and tucked all the way around. So the only thing that we have left now is hooking all of that up, and we're ready to rock and roll and test this dash cam. All right, you guys, here's the moment of truth. We're gonna go ahead and turn the key over, see if this camera comes on. Alright you guys, so kind of a little bit of a bummer. Not everything really works out when it comes to installing these kinds of things. The Hardwire kit seems to be faulty. I have tried multiple different power, multiple different grounds, and nothing is working, even in combination of multiple different locations. So that's leaving me with the option of the Hardwire kit is garbage. But whatever you guys, it was just a little cheapy one. I figured it would work, but these things happen. But the dash cam itself does work, because I also thought maybe the dash cam was faulty, but I took the charger that came with the dash cam, plugged it in, and it worked right away. So I'm just gonna have to deal with the eyesore of cables hanging down. Until I get a new Hardwire kit, we'll just rock and roll with that. It's good, it's better than not having one. So I figured I'd take you guys on a little ride so we can see what the dash cam looks like, even in this kind of, it's kind of dusk now, the sun's setting behind me, and we'll see how the lighting looks and everything like that. I'm very excited, especially with how shaky a diesel is. I'm kind of interested to see how well the camera holds up and what the footage looks like. So let's go ahead and get the truck fired up and get some footage. All right, you guys, so now that we have the charger plugged into my cigarette outlet here, the dash cam is now working. It's got a bunch of different options. So mine, I have it set to, it records continuously in 3-minute increments. So if there's an accident or something, I can basically go back and look over my footage, and there'll be just little 3-minute videos that I'll have to check out until I find the one I want. Formatting the files is super easy because it is always recording while it's on. You can just hold this button here and it will turn it off, as you can see there, and it is not recording. So let's say you get it fully charged, you can just hop into the truck, turn it on, and unplug it. So basically what I'm gonna do at night is I'm gonna leave it plugged in, keep the camera off so it's not recording or doing anything like that. Once the battery is charged, I will disconnect this cable here, tuck it away so I don't have to look at it, and just have the dash cam recording when I drive. I'll just have to remember to turn it on. I'm gonna be testing the battery life, and I'm gonna be doing another review video, let you guys know what I think of it and the more I learn about it. But for now, let's go ahead and get some driving clips, see how well it records, what it looks like, and I'll see you guys back here. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this week's video. A little bit of a bummer with the whole dash cam thing, the Hardwire kit not working, but I'm very happy to have the dash cam nonetheless, because I'd rather have one that's plugged into a cigarette lighter than not have one at all, because I've had now an experience with an accident where if I would have had one, this would have been over with. I recommend you guys get one if you guys are looking. Again, it'll all be in the description below, and I really hope you enjoyed this week's video. And if you guys are in the market for anything turbo related, head over to KCTurbos.com, use promo code POWERSTOKE for 5% off any KCTurbos product. Awesome, you guys. They've been awesome support for the channel. They've been a great company to work with. They're really great guys over there that are very knowledgeable in what they're doing. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.